Hi guys, welcome back to Wild Summers Homeschool. My name is Julie and I'm a mama of two beautiful babies, Troy and Ella. And I'm coming to you to tell you how we do classical conversations at home without community. Now, this is something that I had researched for a very long time. And due to Troy's autism, we've decided that we are not going to do community just because the community that we were in before, the co-op rather community, was just not great with him. So I didn't want to put him in that situation. He really didn't want to be part of a community. And so we decided that we were not going to do that. But I fell in love with the classical conversations curriculum. So I'm going to show you what I have for classical conversations. So the first thing that I have is I have one of the 4th edition. Now this is the 4th edition booklets. And as you can see, we're starting week 11. But this is the 4th edition Foundations Guide. You use this book up through 6th grade, I believe. It's either 5th or 6th grade. 6th grade. And this book, you use the same book all the way from pre-K to 6th grade. And it has everything done by week. So like during week 13, they will learn this, and this. That's all they learn during week 13. Just what's on the upper half of that page. During week 14, they will learn what's on the lower half of the page. And I really like that this is kind of scheduled out for me. And there are, there are 24 weeks in each cycle. Now there are 3 cycles. So each year you would do a new cycle. And then when you get to 4th grade, you would repeat cycle 1. Or whichever cycle you happen to fall in when you start. So we started last year with cycle 1, and my book came to me used. So it already had all of these little wonderful tabs that tell me where in the book I'm working. It says cycle 1, history timeline, presidents, by subject, and then acts and facts. So that was pretty cool. I did redo those just because I didn't like the flimsiness of the ones that were on there. But that's what I have for that. For history, that is my spine, by the way. That is my spine. For history, I'm using Story of the World. A lot of people use Mystery of History with it, but this is just different stories. Mystery of History is kind of similar. And with this book, I use this awesome activity book. So this activity book, in the front, it'll have like a recipe, a project to make, a coloring page, and an activity, and some kind of map work for each of the chapters in this book. We have really, really enjoyed doing that. What I decided to do, because I joined the CCC Connected, which if you go to the Classical Conversations website, you can join CCC Connected, and it's C3, I believe, CCC, Classical Conversations Connected. So it's like referred to as C3 a lot in chat rooms and things. And on Facebook, they refer to it a lot by that. But I went on there and I downloaded some resources to kind of help me out. So I put week, as you can see, I put them 1 through 6, 7 through 12, 13 through whatever the 6 weeks is there. And I divided it into weeks. So what I have in here is I have my fridge facts, which these have now been taken off of there because I got these last year. They've been taken off of there, so they're not there anymore. Anyway, it has Bible. And I just copied off the sheet and I laminated it and stuck it in here so that my kids have something to look at. It has what the English sentence is. It has the math for the week. which would be skip counting the 1s and 2s. It has your history sentence for the week. And there's tons and tons and tons of research on there. I copied off the maps for the week just so we could have a resource to look at. And then I did the science, just a quick cheat sheet for that for the week. And then I put in here a sheet protector, and I put any of the little pages, coloring book pages and things like that I would use during that week. So I put things like for classifying animals, making sense of insects, more classifying animals. I also put in here some of the coloring book pages that they would be working on for that week. That way I just have to grab this notebook. Now I can't get it back in there. I just have to grab this notebook, and everything that I need for the week is in there, ready to go. All of my prep work is done. Also, for classical conversations, we use this book, the Great Artist book. I have enjoyed looking through this book with the kids. It's been so wonderful. It has an activity and a painter or sculptor or artist of some kind that activity relates to. So the kids are doing at least one of those every week when they are not doing their music. I also have tin whistles for them, which are put away right now. And then also on CCC Connected, I copied off the 4x6 mini maps for each week. So this has all of the maps that I will need, just so that I can sit and hold this while they look at the larger version, which is really nice. Excuse me, I have a little tickle in my throat. The next thing that I decided I needed for CC, excuse me, was I had heard a lot about these everything you need to know about books, everything you need to know about science homework. And these have been a really wonderful resource. So I got all of them in the series, the English, world history, geography, math, and American history. So there's math and there's American history. Now, the math one and the American history one, we have not even got into yet. Right now, I just use the world history, English, and the science one. And that is because these are really for 4th through 6th grade. All of them are. But I like to use real resources for the kids. So, phew, that was heavy. All of those. So I picked those up, and I actually got them for $2 a piece at the thrift store, our local thrift store, which was really awesome. Another book that I actually owned before starting CC and then realized that it was on the CC website was this book right here, Drawing with Children, which I am not a good drawer. I am not a good artist in any way. So this has helped me teach my kids how to draw and be a little bit more how they need to be with that. A little bit more interactive with them on that. Another thing that you guys have seen before a couple of times is my notebook, my teacher's notebook. In here, I have everything from, I have the thing that came with our tin whistles, and then I have some star charts. I have some zoo adventure things because we love to go to the zoo. I use this all the time, every single day. I have all the goals for kindergarten and 1st grade and second and third grade. I have nature hunt stuff. And I also write down in here every day everything that we do that day. So, for instance, the first day back was January 7th in 2019. That was our first day of Cycle 1 CC of week 1, because I started with week 1 because since I'm not in a community, I don't really have to worry about what week everybody else is at. So I decided to start with week 1, and we watched The Prince of Egypt, and we learned our preposition sentence, and we watched History with People, and we did classifications of living things coloring book pages. We did our math packet. We learned our Fertile Crescent song and colored a picture of the Fertile Crescent. And we went over the 10 Commandments along with counting our 1s and 2s. So that's all we did on day 1. That seems like a lot of stuff. And really, I think it only took us about 2 hours for both kids to finish it. And then 2 hours for the movie, which I considered a little bit more on the history edge of things. And that was all we did that day. I also have in here, since this is my planner, I have little cheat sheets of like cycle 1 is creation to Noah. I have in here which science lessons we're supposed to do that week. Like week 1, we were supposed to do the baby bean science experiment, which is number 45 in the science book, the Van Cleve science book, which I have over there on the shelf, which I did not grab, but I do have the science book as well. And I know you guys have seen it in my other videos. And then I also have in here like what videos we should be watching for that week and things like that.
Kitty cat.
Oh, no, honey, don't put the kitty over here. No, thank you. Another thing that I picked up that I've found is a great resource is the Priesttrip. These are for use with classical conversations. This one is the Cursive Letters and Coloring, Medieval to Modern World History. We have not started using this book yet. This one is for Ella for next year when she starts learning cursive. She will be in the 2nd grade. There she is right there. But yeah, she's already started cursive, but she will have an actual cursive book that goes along with her reading stuff that we're doing. Another great resource that I picked up off of CCC Connected was these history cards. These are not the timeline cards. Please do not get those confused with that. These are just history sentence cards. And I have all of them for all 3 cycles because they were just a really great resource, and I really just love the layout of these. So I got them off of there. I also use Sunshine and Oranges for coloring book pages and notebooking pages. I don't have a copy of any of those right now, just because we've been using them as we go. And then other resources. Now, CC is not, Classical Conversations is not a complete curriculum. They do state that you need to have an extra math curriculum and an extra language arts curriculum. I do believe that this is very true. You have to have a very good, firm foundation. So I am, okay, baby. I'm using a Becca because I had this from last semester when we tried to do a Becca and we decided we did not like it. So we're about halfway through this. We're a little more than halfway through this. But I'm using a Becca for Ella and Troy. Ella is doing 1st grade. Troy is doing 4th grade, even though he is in the 3rd grade. He is doing 4th grade math. I also went to the Dollar Tree and picked up these morning starter kits. And this one is for 1st grade. This one is Ella's. And it just has a brain workout. And so they just do this little brain workout first thing in the morning while I'm reading to them. while we're kind of starting our day, getting ready to go. And I have found out that it really helps kind of focus them. I also have the brain workout mazes, the logic mazes, which are really great. I have a bunch of those also. For Ella, for spelling, I am using...
I patted him and he bited me and clawed me.
Oh, I'm so sorry, baby. Here, come here. You're okay. You don't need to pet the kitty when he's not feeling good, okay? You're okay. You're okay. But anyways, I used the Good Grades spelling that I picked up at the dollar store. And these have been working out really good with Ella. There are 2 pages per each 5 words. So you use the words over here, and then you use them here again. This has been working really good for Ella. I also have grade 3 in this for Troy. And I believe grade 3 is the highest it goes. Yes, grade 3 is the highest it goes for the spelling. And then with Ella, we are doing the Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. Ella has auditory loss, hearing loss, so it has been very difficult to teach her how to read. So we are trying this resource. I actually picked this up out of the free bin at my local McKay's. A lot of bookstores have a free bin for curriculum and other books, Bibles, any kind of thing like that, Bible studies, lots and lots and lots of curriculum, because they can't use it, they can't resell it. A couple of other things that I have that are new that you guys haven't seen before is I picked this up for $1 at the thrift store a few weeks ago, and the person got rid of it because it was broken right here, so I just taped it, and voila, pretty cool abacus, which is great for Ella because it has 100 beads on it, and she is right at the learning zone for this. Also, I use it for Troy when he is doing his multiplication, so like he can do his 9 times tables like this and then count them. So he can do all the way up to 10. 9 times 10 is 90. So there's tons and tons and tons of ways you can use this, all the way up through 5th grade. I know I've seen videos using it with fractions and using it for decimals and all kinds of stuff. So I am really excited to start using this. And then I have a new jar of the multicolored animals, the animal counters. And that is pretty much everything that I use for classical conversations for 2 kids. Both kids use the same resources. Both kids watch the same videos. Both kids watch the same short snippets. They watch the same documentaries. They do the same activities. They play the same games. I have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of games. I have over 50 file folder games for the kids. And the only difference is they play them at different levels. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video about classical conversations and how much we are in love with it. And it has simplified my homeschooling so much, which is what a really busy mom needs. And I hope you all have a blessed night. So please subscribe down below if you feel that you would like to watch more videos. And I will have some weekly videos of what we did that week coming out very, very soon. I'm editing those now, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.